Welcome, welcome everyone. This is my craft room and this is Rhoda. And this is the SAVANNA Stamperia paper pad that we use to create a journal. Now, last week I showed you how I made this with a file folder and different parts of the Stamperia pad. There was other ones that I still had to cut out to make pockets and things like that and fill the pockets. So, and there was one little filled package that I had that I didn't show you. It had some of these in it that were from a long ago paper pad that I got. And it had like elements of, African looking things in it. So that's kind of stuck in here. This is on the outside because that's about the only place it would go with these big beads. But underneath of it, we have like the tree with the wild animals, land of the lion, and then the word journal. And you can see where I did the stenciling behind here of like the wood grain. And I also did that on the back, although you can still see the grass, which that's fine. I used an orange to sew it together. And then, as you can see inside, I have a pocket inside the front and the back cover. Now this is part of that paper or material that was in that old paper pad. And I used most of it, and I just had a few little pieces. I cut that to make it look like a journal card, so it could frame this one that says Wild Nature, and that tucks in here like this. I also had an embossing folder with a few die cuts, and it had this cool looking little leopard. So I cut him out and put it here. And this has, when you decide to start your journey, the path will appear. And I thought that it looks like he's walking down the way. This had travels on it. So I stuck that in here. And then it starts out showing us the beautiful giraffes. And this was a gorgeous paper pad. And if you can see the pattern of them back here. I didn't do anything to this page. Things like this could be written in. It could be journaled on. I also have the fussy cuts that were on that back page that I showed you. I've got them in here. I try to keep everything kind of together, animal-wise, but sometimes I mix them up. Like we have these two zebra heads together, and I had a bunch of circles on one of the pages, so I cut them out and kind of used them. Here's some of the wording that was behind the first page. Look how pretty that is. I love these colors. These are fall colors. And over here we have the beautiful lion. We have walk through life with the strength of a lion and the tranquility of a sunset. And my friend Jody Lewis Creations, had some of these little trees, and she had some grass that she sent me, and a few little animals. So I've got those in here as well. Here's another one of my cheetahs. This was the side tuck. It has the elephants. I put them here so you could actually see their heads. And in the other tucks, you weren't going to be able to see that. Here we have some more of the drafts. And I had a couple of 6x6 cards that had cheetahs on it as well. So I cut them down to be more pockets. And then we have a tag here that has the giraffe on it. And then we have a crazy looking tree. And that's that tree. No, it's not the same tree, but it looks really similar. The phrase has walking alone doesn't make you less valuable. Because these are like lone animals. You hardly ever see them except with their young. Here was a couple of the cutouts that Jody sent me. The elephants. And then there was one or two of these that when you cut it or did it down the middle was going to really chop the animal up. So I wanted to put the die cut or the fussy cut over here as well. So this is some of the grass that Jody sent me in the trees. And then I put the elephants in front. And it's got a cool looking stamp up here. And it just cut the T off the elephant. I wish it hadn't done that, but it did. Over here is some more of the giraffes. I've got this glued to the back. And then this is one of the tags that came with that really old kit. And it had a string in it, so I thought I would just put it there. And I've got Unstoppable here for the saying. And here are, it's kind of like the zebras, the elephants, and I think giraffes were next. Kind of look like Noah's Ark in a way. It has the maximum victory is the one you win over yourself. And this one's just, it was like a background kind of a scene, but really pretty. And it has a rhinoceros up here in a stamp. I think that was the other half of the rhinoceros, maybe. And then here's his page with just his head. So I put him over here, and as you can see, I cut him. I cut his neck to where it looks like he's whole, but you can still tuck something in all the way down. I liked how that worked. I've got the elephants here with him, and then I had cut a couple of these instead of being pockets. I cut them to be a tag. And this one you can really write on. It's white on the back. It says, the easiest thing is always to be authentic. So, I like some of these phrases. And then here is the zebra. I've got a zebra pocket. Peace comes from within. You have the zebras here, and then they're kind of grassland on the backside. And instead of doing it like this because their heads would be buried, I turned it like this so you could see them. And that's the reason they're tilted that way. And then this beautiful page here that I thought would make a great inside spread. I stuck it here. And you have all kinds of different things. I just had to cut a little, one strip off at the bottom and a little bit at the top. But you got the majority of it other than that. Here we have one of those circles with the two zebras, and I put a little excess strip across here. Here we have a tag with the zebras. It says together, your actions show what you have in your heart. And a couple die cuts from Jody and one of the fussy cuts at the end. We have the rhinoceros. Since it cut his head off, I decided to put this one here, like the mate and the baby. And then this is also here. The rhinoceros, it has strength. I made that an upper tuck. Here is the elephant. Didn't really have anything else in here. So it can still be filled. I have soul and heart with a zebra and her baby. Yeah, the giraffes were the other ones that you could see in that row of animals. And then here we have the zebras. Life is an echo. I did that because this one looks like an echo of this one. And then here is another one of the circles with the tree up behind. We have a giraffe here. He looks a little odd though. And then we have the lions. On the other side, we have the big elephant, but, you know, it cut them kind of up, too. And there's the T. Here is the lions, and I did a couple of the fussy cuts here with the grass. And I used a strip of blue and made it look like it was the water that they were drinking out of. And I put one of the trees up behind him. May all good things find you and stay with you. Nobody is like you, that's your power. Here was another one of those old pieces. It's like a bunch of fibers. Almost like felt, but really interesting. And that was another one of those tags I made from the cheetah paper. And here's the cheetah again. And really interesting backgrounds. Here's a side tuck with the lion in it. It has king. And then I did a little thing up here. I have a rip that was naturally in the paper. I just left it. But the giraffes are always, you know, eating out of those trees. Live your life. Here's your lions again. And really pretty. I love it. Here is one of the circles. It has the rhinoceros head and a stamp. And I put indomitable. Indomitable. Because they are very hard to kill. They're very sturdy. animals. Now this is cut in half again, the big one, but the little one I left whole, and she sticks up just a little bit. And then I've got that crazy tree, and then one of the trees Jody sent me. And then I've got wild right here. And these are 2 giraffes that she sent me. And then I've got the big one at the back. And this is the end. So I have one of the journal cards with the giraffes back here. And then you can see my file folder. And it says, only one person can prevent you from going far and looks at you every day from the mirror. It's you. And then here's the back. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. It wasn't a very long video, but I know you wanted to see this and see how I put the pieces in it and what I put where and that kind of thing. And what other little pieces that I found in my stash that I could add to it. But yeah, it's a very pretty little journal, very bright. The animals are gorgeous. The actual Stamperia pad is gorgeous. It was Savannah. I think I showed you that when I first started, so you'll be able to see how the front looks. But yeah, I was really happy in the way it turned out. It was something different too. You needed, at that one point, you needed to see something different. Because I was doing the same old, trying to get those Poe journals done. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this, and everybody have a great, great day. Good health, great happiness. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.